Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be my February plan with me. For this year's, my 2023 bullet journal, my overall theme is video games. So every month I'm doing a different video game. And this month I decided to do Hogwarts Legacy, since Hogwarts Legacy comes out on, technically it comes out on February 10th for modern, like for newer consoles. I got the deluxe version, so I get it on the 7th, so I'm getting it in like a week, which is really exciting. So I figured this month that's what we would do. This is a game that I've been really excited about probably the majority of my life, if we're really being honest. I remember in high school talking to my friends being like, whoa, how cool would it be to have an open world RPG set in, you know, this universe? And we really never expected to get one. So I have literally been dreaming and thinking and consuming so much content based around this game. And while I know there's a lot of controversies around a lot of this, it's not something I'm going to focus on in this video at all, because this is something I'm really excited about. If you want to know more about that, there's plenty of research you can do, but that's not the purpose of this, or the purpose of this channel. So I'm just doing a plan with me. You don't even have to do this theme, obviously. It's just to give you ideas and just to show what I do for mine. So for the main cover page, I took these, I took 2 pieces of paper from my sketchbook and I painted this with coffee, actually, not even paint. I took coffee, old coffee that I had left over, painted these pages. I wanted them to look aged, kind of like old parchment. And then I used just stickers and my stamps, putting a basic calendar on here. And overall, it smells really nice. It still smells like coffee, which is pleasing when you open up this spread. It did make the sketchbook pages a little like finicky though, so I had to try and glue them down multiple times to get them to stick. They're not quite sitting flush, but it's okay. I still enjoy it. And then I'm just putting a drop shadow around it to help. Since it was lifting on the edges, I decided if I put a drop shadow around them, it might help it look a little bit more smooth and seamless. After the cover page, I move into my mood tracker and my habit tracker. I'm like hesitating. Honestly, this isn't what I thought. I decided to freehand this, which was stupid on my end, because they just don't come out uniform. Also, I used a Pilot G7 pen, which ended up smearing because I usually use a Sharpie pen to draw with anyways. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna say it's just sleep deprivation at this point. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this spread, it looks really wonky. It looks so out of place and so funny. It was supposed to be the house hourglasses, like the house points hourglasses. Yeah, but they're all different shapes and sizes and whatnot. And for these, I decided I typically track for 4 moods. So this is my mood tracker. And I figured, well, there's 4 houses, four moods that I typically track for. So whichever mood I'm having more of in the month is going to obviously win. You can do whichever one you want and just pick the colors for them. And I do initially go in after I'm done like coloring in the hourglasses, putting lines in, because I wanted them to all kind of match at one point, and then after that I'll add more. So I didn't put like a square for every single day, because obviously not every day is going to be going into every hourglass, but I did want at least like 2 or 3 sets of like uniformity. That way they all kind of have a basic baseline to have, because I will more than likely have at least one of each day in my moods. So I figured that would make it look the most uniform and then kind of track it that way. However I see fit, I guess. Just adding some sparkles and stuff around the edges because I felt like it needed something. I think I was just trying to distract myself from the cattywampus nature of how these house hourglasses look. They just look all sorts of messed up, but it's fine. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. This isn't the end of the world in any way. Why get mad over this? It's just kind of funny. Then I took some more extra coffee and I did splatter it all over the page because I wanted to kind of tie it in. I didn't really do this for other pages because I did notice it made it harder for me to like draw over it. So maybe it'll be something I do and go back and do if I really feel like it's necessary. Then moving into this, I decided to track my steps again this month. I am aiming to do 10,000 steps a day. I got rid of it for a while because a lot of people were telling me that it's not really something that helps health, but I just need to move more, and I want to aim for 10,000 steps. We also have another trip to Orlando coming up, so I just want to make sure that my steps are up and I'm able to do it. We're going right at the beginning of March to Orlando again, and I just want to make sure I am walking a lot and getting my steps. I would like to be doing more than 10,000 steps a day, personally, I'm also doing a like walking challenge, and I would like to get my medals, you know, for reaching certain amounts of miles in a month. So that's the other reason. I'm not really doing it because I'm like, oh, I need to, you know, lose weight. So I understand 10,000 is an arbitrary number in a lot of ways, but that's what I'll be tracking for. So I did the little feet. I will color them in certain colors depending on how much I reach. They'll be black if I reach 10,000. If I don't even reach 5,000 in a day, which is rare, I won't color it in at all. And if I reach 5,000 or more, I'll do brown. So that's how I'll track those. And then I did 3 little boxes for habits. I think I'm tracking water, working out, and sweeping my kitchen still, because I still haven't quite made that a habit. And then I started putting in the calendars and messed up, so I go back and do that later. Moving on to the next spread, I don't like this spread very much either because, again, I decided to freehand it. It wasn't really something I had planned out before, but like I said, we have a trip coming up to Orlando, so I decided to take some of my old Honeydew stickers. And if you're curious about all of these stickers I have, I'm pretty sure they're off of Amazon. I got them as a gift. My family always buys me Wizarding World stuff for Christmas, birthdays, just because. So I'm pretty sure these stickers came off of Amazon. I will try and link them below if you're interested in them. They're a really nice set of stickers. But I took the like Honeydukes ones, and I'm making a packing page. I did this for our last Disney trip, and it really did help because I have a 1-year-old, and packing for a small human is a lot more than you would ever think until you really think about it, I guess. Does that make sense? So I'm making a packing list for me and my daughter. My husband can take care of himself, but this does help me stay organized. And then on the other side, I was gonna do my content calendar, and I laugh at this spread every time I see it now because I ended up making it look like a frog. It looks like it has legs, but my idea was I was gonna have the Honeydew sticker in the center and then have like arms coming off of it to put different categories in, because typically I'll write down like video ideas, sponsorships I'm doing, a general layout of dates that I want things to go up and stuff like that. It looks like a chocolate frog. So I do end up putting more stickers down, trying to balance it out. It still looks like a frog, and I guess it kind of fits. It's like the Honeydew sign is running away off of the page, but it legitimately makes me laugh every time I look at it. So I guess in that way, this was a good spread. The next spread that I end up working on is one that probably, honestly, if you're doing anything like this, you could do it as a notes page. For me, it's a specific Hogwarts Legacy page because I know I'm going to be playing the game, probably writing down tips and tricks that I see in other people's streams or videos, because I'll probably be watching those during the day because I can really only play video games at night after my daughter goes to bed. So probably only be playing at night, watching streams during the day when I have time, if I have time. So I figured I'd make a notes page for Hogwarts Legacy. This is also where I can keep track of what I'm doing because I don't always have time to play like every day, and sometimes I forget what I'm doing in games. So I figured it'd be like a log system. I know this seems really intricate for a video game, but again, it's something I've looked forward to my whole life. So I want to make sure that I'm getting the best experience I possibly can with how my life is right now and making sure that I'm keeping track. I am planning on doing at least 2 playthroughs with 2 different houses. So over here, the little squares I'm going to put in each character that I'm playing and kind of my general, what they look like. I'm probably do a little sketch of them and then write like the name I use, the house, and how I want to go, because I think I want to do a super good playthrough, like where you're a really good person, and then I want to do a second playthrough where I'm like super evil. So gonna have little things there so I can keep track of it. But yeah, this page probably not necessary to a lot of people or anyone who really plays video games, but I am excited about it. I like the way it looks. It's really clean and has a lot of potential on it. And as you guys can see, I keep flipping through my pages and going back and doing random little things. I realized I forgot to color in the moods on my mood tracker, so I'm going back and doing that right now. I did go back and forth a lot because, again, I'm a little bit sleepy lately, and so I end up going back and fixing little details every now and again. After the Hogwarts Legacy like help page or my tip page, I move into my weeklies. So for the weeklies, there's going to be 4 full weeks, but the beginning and last week are short weeks. So the first technical week of February, I don't do a house, but for the other weekly spreads, I do a house. So for the first week of February is 4 days. So that's what this one is. This is going to have the first 4 days of February on it. And then at the top, you guys can see I wrote countdown. This is my countdown to Hogwarts Legacy. Again, I know, I'm super hyped. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a video game. Maybe not since the first like Harry Potter game came out on the PlayStation back in 2001. I loved that game. Me and my sister played together. We still talk about how, like, what certain things, like, stumped us, how the Voldemort scared us at the end, like, all kinds of things. It was a great bonding thing. It's so fun to look back on. So I don't think I've been that hyped since that game came out, and maybe since, like, Pokemon Gold on Game Boy Color. This has, like, sparked such, like, a childhood, like, imagination, fantasy kind of feeling for me. It feels really nice. I think I mentioned in my last video on the channel, in therapy, I'm working on a lot of childhood trauma and like working on my inner child, doing inner child work. And this has really helped me. I've been really conflicted for the last few years because of some stuff about this part of myself, especially. And I've been working through a lot of stuff and realizing some things, and I don't know, it feels really good. I feel like, as childish as a lot of people think this might be, or that this isn't something that it should be important to someone, it is, you know. Not all of us had a good childhood or many good memories, so for me this has helped me a lot, kind of diving into this, and this has given me something really to look forward to. It feels really healing in a lot of ways, and because of that. So anyways, tangent. I'm sure everyone has something, especially from their childhood, that just speaks to them still and just makes them have that like childlike curiosity and happiness. And that's what this is for me. It's sparking something in me. Anyways, the weekly spreads are really easy. Basically all of these boxes, the first 4 are 15 by 17 in length, like the dots, if you want to count these out, 15 by 17. The rest of them, the rest of the spreads, they will be 15 by 15s because you can fit more on this page. But since this page is only 4 days, I figured I would do them a little bit larger. Probably unnecessary. The reason I like these kind of boxes too, I've noticed lately I'm only putting to-do list and what videos I'm uploading on these days. Otherwise, I'm not really using it for anything else. This is perfect size for me to write a to-do list on. And I like how simple these are. They're just little boxes with black squares at the top, which I am writing the dates with my white jelly pen on these, but I think my white jelly pens are all dying, or they just didn't work well on the paint pen. I'm not sure. But moving into the rest of the weeklies, I'm probably not going to talk through all of these. It's very similar to that last spread, but I'm doing different houses for every week. So the first one I'm doing is Slytherin. I am a Ravenclaw, technically more so, but I do get sorted into Slytherin a good bit. The first house I was ever sorted into is Slytherin, so I kind of identify with both, but I lean a little bit more towards Ravenclaw than I do Slytherin. But I figured for this one I would start with Slytherin, and for these I did the house stickers and then other stickers that I thought kind of represented each house that I had in my stash. So I'm doing like right next and under the Slytherin sticker is my weekly reflections section. I like having these. I like to look back on these later on. So this is kind of like my journaling bit. I write how the week went, major things that happened, major feelings that happened, or events, etc. I really like having these. I've enjoyed looking back on the ones from January already because a lot has happened in the first month of the year for me and my family, and just a lot of stuff, like just working through a lot over here. And then the rest of it is the same. Like I said, we're going to be doing the days. It's going to have all 7 days of the week, Sunday through Saturday, on these weeklies. And there are 15 by 15s by dots. So if you count 15 across, 15 down, that's the size of these. And then I just put the black border on the top and write the date. And yeah, like I said, I like the way this looks. It's so clean and crisp to me, and it makes my head feel really calm because of how crisp it is. I'm so glad I got back into using a ruler rather than freehanding everything, minus my house hourglasses, of course. But I think all of these end up looking really, really nice. And I think that I'm probably going to stop talking for the rest of these and just do music and let you guys enjoy watching as nice background noise. So I will be back once more of these are done. Okay, and on the last one, I didn't mean for Gryffindor to get the shaft here, but there was only 3 days left in the last week of February, so that's kind of what happened. I didn't mean for that to happen to my Gryffindors. And here is the final flip through of my bullet journal for February, and I'm really excited. It brings me a good sense of calm and excitement and just childlike wonder when I look at this. It just makes me really happy, and I'm really looking forward to playing the game. If you guys are getting the video game, let me know. Let me know what house you think you're gonna choose, or if you're gonna let the game choose for you. Or just let me know what your house is down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing February, and I will see you in my next video.